Let's look at the chaotic scene inside a New Haven courtroom earlier today. The family of a 21-year-old woman stabbed to death, lunging towards that suspect during his first court appearance. Your reporter Anna Stansfield shares what was going on in that moment and the justice the victim's family is now looking for.
The typically routine court appearance turned into anything but that here during Tyreek Black's arraignment. He's accused of stabbing and killing 21-year-old Destiny Rumley. Her family inside the courtroom here today, lashing out in a moment of anger and emotion. Chaos inside this courtroom today. Destiny Rumley's family rushing towards the man accused of stabbing her to death as he was being taken out of the courtroom. After more than a minute of screaming, marshals escorted her family outside, which is where we were able to talk to them as they try and find out why anyone would want to hurt Rumley, a woman they describe as kind and loving.
She screamed for help. Her child was there. Now we have to end 2025 and mourning and grieving instead of celebrating 2026.
Angel Hubbard is Rumley's cousin, at a loss for words, trying to process the fact that her family member was stabbed to death by a man she says she hardly even knew.
This is a shock to the family. Like, who is this character? Because you can't even call him a person. For someone of this horrendous act, you're not even a person. So it's a character.
Black appeared in court for the first time this morning, shedding tears in front of the judge. He's facing several charges after being accused of stabbing Rumley 9 times in front of her 3-year-old son. When police arrived at the scene, officers were forced to break a window to try and get the child out to safety while Black barricaded himself behind a locked door. Rumley was taken to the hospital where she later died.
You brutally stabbed her. What justice can we get? Even if he got life, no, seriously, what justice can we really get? We can't get our loved one back.
There's a long road ahead for Hubbard and her family. They have so many unanswered questions and say justice is something they'll never truly feel.
There's nothing that he can give as a reason for this, as a reason why now her mother tears got to water the cemetery ground.
Black is currently being held on a $2.5 million bond. He's expected to be back in court on January 14th. I'm your reporter in New Haven, Anna Stansfield, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Shalom. This is a big back with another edification. I want to thank all of my subscribers. I want to wish all of my subscribers high health and high spirits. And I want to wish that all of my subscribers, you and your loved ones, are safe and protected against these agendas that are waged against us here behind enemy lines, here in America. It's the 1st of January. New Year's officially begins at the end of March, beginning of April, according to the Bible. Here behind enemy lines, the Gentiles, so-called Black, Latino, Native American, man, woman, and child, along with the so-called whites, which are the Edomites of the Bible, are practicing paganism as usual every year. December 31st, going into the 1st of January is their new year, and it's not a biblical New Year's. It's an unofficial New Year's for the heathens and the Gentiles. Going into the New Year's, of course, coming in March and beginning of April, it's important that men understand that their absence or your absence from being around the so-called Black female and her children is a blessing. All right? It's a blessing not to be present in the life of these females and their children. It is such a blessing. Here behind enemy lines here in America, we, the people, are living through the era of the matriarch, right? And the matriarch is spiraling, and it's only going to get worse. The consequences of single motherhood and a lack of structure and a lack of laws, statutes, and commandments is going to take a toll. And it's only going to get worse, right? Let me put this in airplane mode. it's only going to get worse for the so-called Black, Latino, Native American, male, female, and child that are spiritually and mentally deficient, right? So my message is to the so-called Black men: save yourselves from a world and a people that hate you. And they hate your children, and they hate what your purpose is. They even hate the God of the Bible, all right? So I got a verse. I want to start with John 15, and I want to send this out to the men to save yourselves from these females and her children and the Western value systems. Just remove yourselves. Go get some therapy. I recommend therapy to the men so that adapting to this current era that we are currently living through here behind enemy lines here in America, therapy will help with the adjustment of getting back to yourself and understanding that your absence is a blessing, all right? I would never introduce my children to the Western value system. I would explain it to them so that they're aware of it and so that they consider the Western value systems off limits. I would never introduce my children to paganism and to going to get a job and just, introduce them to a lifetime of paying bills and working for people. I wouldn't want nothing to do with that. Now here's John 15:1. It says, I am the true vine, and my Father is the husbandman. 2, every branch in me that beareth not fruit, he taketh away. And every branch that beareth fruit, he purgeth it, that it may bring forth more fruit, right? More righteous fruit, right? Now ye are clean through the word which I have spoken unto you. And this is not, don't hurt yourself trying to get this if you don't have the Spirit, because the Spirit is not for sale. It can't be bought or sold. It was already given to that individual before the womb. So don't try this at home if you don't have the Spirit already. It says, for abide in me and I in you, as the branch cannot bear fruit of itself, right? The fruit has to bear the seed of the Most High, Yahweh. As the branch cannot bear fruit of itself except it abide in the vine, right? Gotta have a spirit, man. Gotta be aligned with the Heavenly Father according to the Spirit. No more can ye except ye abide in me, right? I am the vine, ye are the branches. He that abideth in me, and I in him, the same bringeth forth much fruit. For without me, ye can do nothing. And these so-called blacks can't live without the Most High. They're spiritually deficient. And to the men, your absence is a blessing, man. Right? You get back to your purpose. To hell with them children. To hell with these Western females. Stay separated if you're already separated. If you have access to your child, then continue to exercise that access. If you don't have access, then to hell with the access. Go get some therapy and worry about yourself and keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability. It's better to be without the Western female and her children. Life is so much better without her and her children. The Western female says she could do bad all by herself, and she actually does a great job at being a failure. You can't take failure away from her. She won't let anyone take failure from her. Now, for men, we do better by ourselves. We can do better by ourselves, right? And we've proven it to ourselves over and over again that we do better by ourselves. 6, if a man abide not in me, he is cast forth as a branch and is withered, and men gather them and cast them into the fire, and they are burned, right? You have no use for a man, woman, and child that lacks spiritual discernment and just lacks spirit, period. Right? They're useless. It says, if ye abide in me and my words abide in you, ye shall ask what ye will, and it shall be done unto you. Right? Herein is my Father glorified, that ye bear much fruit, so shall ye be my disciples. Right? As the Father hath loved me, so have I loved you. Continue ye in my love. If ye keep my commandments, ye shall abide in my love, even as I have kept my Father's commandments and abide in his love. So to the men here behind enemy lines here in America, the Western so-called Black, Latino, Native American female is played out, especially these Western so-called Black females. They're the ringleaders. They're played out, man. They're played out, man. They've ran their course, and to the men have done enough. Men have provided. Men have stood their grounds. Men have been present, and men have been dogged while being present. Right? 11, these things have I spoken unto you, that my joy might remain in you, and that your joy might be full. There's joy in being absent and being righteous. There's joy in keeping the law, statutes, and commandments on your own, men. I'm telling you, there's joy in separation. There's joy in being righteous. There's joy in seeking refuge in the word of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. This is refuge, man. I'm so glad that I totally gave up on this Western female and her children. Right? 12, this is my commandment, that ye love one another as I have loved you. This is for the Israelites. This is for the so-called Black, Latino, Native American man, woman, and child of the hopeful elect. This is not for the Christians. This is not your book. This is not a Christian Bible. This is a Hebrew Bible. Christianity is just an offshoot of Judaism, right? 13, greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. 14, ye are my friends if ye do whatsoever I command you. Henceforth I call you not servants, for the servant knoweth not what his Lord doeth. But I calleth you friends, for all things that I have heard of my Father I have made known unto you. 16, ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you. And Christianity loves to say, they be choosing Jesus, choosing to serve Jesus, right? White Jesus is not the real Jesus. So choosing white Jesus over the word of the God of Israel, again, it's a lack of spirit, man. It says, but I have chosen you and ordained you that ye should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain, that whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it to you. And for the most part, these Christians, they pray for things, they receive things, and they still don't serve the God of Israel. And there's consequences for it, for not serving the God of Israel, begging the God of Israel for this and that. And once that individual, that ungodly individual receives something, what do they do in return? Not serve. That's going off. 17, these things that I command you, that ye love one another. If the world hates you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. If ye were of the world would love his own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you. I'm telling you, men, the best thing that I could have done is separate from these females and their children and focus on seeking refuge in this word, right? Save yourselves from a world that don't like you, that don't love you, and separate from these females and their groups of nigger women that don't love you either. Y'all see how pathetic these nigger women are? Crashing out, coming up deleted, bringing strangers around their children, and things go left, and lives get taken, lives are lost. All praises to the Most High God, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, man. It's only going to get worse. These females make bad decisions, and the children are coming up deceased and traumatized, all on the watch of these so-called Western females. Right? So to the men, save yourselves and be happy that you're not these Western females type. I'm invisible to these Western females. You know what I'm saying? I don't get approached. I don't even get looked at. I don't look. If I do catch a glance of these females, I make sure I go do whatever I need to do not to be her type. So if anyone needed to hear this, make it your business to separate from these raggedy Western females. And if these females are holding those children hostage, then to hell with those children. Worry about yourself. It's a righteous decision to focus on yourself. You could, separate and be productive without these Western females, man. Because it's going to get worse for them. They chose to make deals with the enemy, and the enemy, he's going to chew them up and spit them out. And matter of fact, the white America, these Western so-called black females, they're your problem now. They know they can depend on white America, and these Western females done took full advantage of white America. And white America, these so-called black females are your problem now. Do what you will with them. Break your toys after you get done playing with them, white America. Because see, the so-called black female, she's looking for that huge reward for burning down her village. So the name of this video is Your Absence is a blessing. Your absence from her and her children are a blessing, man. These females don't know how to keep one man happy. They can't even keep one man happy. One man. So hopefully somebody's been edified. I want to say shalom. This was a beat with another edification. I want to thank all of my subscribers. I want to wish all of my subscribers high health and high spirits. And I want to wish all of my subscribers are safe and protected against these agendas that are waged against us here behind enemy lines here in America. The official New Year's will be at the end of March, beginning of April. I may or may not post a video at camp around the official New Year's according to the Bible. Shalom.